So welcome everyone to the second product update event. Just a little background about these events in case you're new to the event series. Upwork has started these product update events in order to educate everyone in the Upwork community about the features that have been developed recently. And we have a lot of exciting information today to share during this short 30-minute event. So let's meet our speakers and then we'll dive into the primary topic that we'll be discussing, which is the new Loom recording integration feature. So my name is Hailey. I am a customer education and training specialist at Upwork, and it's part of my job to learn about these new feature updates that are happening and make sure that we are keeping you all in the Upwork community informed about them. And we also have Mike joining us for this event because he is the Upwork Engineering Manager for the collaboration platform. And he actually managed the technical collaboration with Loom and directed the testing and implementation of this new feature. He's an experienced user of the functionality as well, so he'll be sharing a demo with us today with the new Loom integration. So to start our event, I'm going to share a little background about this update and why Upwork decided to integrate the Loom recording capabilities. And then we'll observe Mike's demo of the feature so that you all can see it in action. And after that, we'll share a couple of the frequently asked questions that we've received from the community since launching this feature. And again, we'll also answer some live questions. So continue to submit those in Slido as we go throughout the event today. Again, I see we've got several more people still joining. So upper right-hand corner of the screen, 111616 is the code you can use at slido.com to participate today. And then lastly, on our agenda here, you'll see we'll be sharing some more updates that are coming soon at the end of this event, and also some resources that you guys can use moving forward. So let's talk about why this Loom recording feature was integrated. The problem that the community was facing was that finding a time to schedule a meeting to review work or discuss questions was really difficult when a client and a freelancer were in different time zones. So it was becoming more and more apparent that there was a need for an effective alternative to communicate with each other and to share work. Freelancers wanted a way to share and send their screen recordings directly in Upwork Messages to better explain their work to clients and colleagues, while clients wanted a way to record and share their feedback in messages so that they could better explain tasks and follow-up questions to talent and colleagues. So with Loom's screen recording video capability, users can now capture a screen recording, include a voiceover, and even a video of themselves talking, which makes it a lot easier to communicate a message about the work that's being done. And you can do all of this directly in Upwork Messages. So freelancers and clients can both collaborate a lot more seamlessly now on projects. And it's free to use for all users regardless of your Upwork account type. And the development team started testing this feature back in December. Or I'm sorry, it is almost December, back in September. And by mid-October, it was then available to all users. So it's been available for a little while now. But we do want to get a good gauge of our audience today and ask you all, how many of you have used the Loom recording integration feature? So if you want to hop over to Slido, we have a poll loaded in there so you can actually participate and let us know if you have used this Loom recording feature yet. And if you don't see the poll, you might be on the question and answer tab. So just look at the top of the page. You can toggle back and forth between polls and the Q&A tab. And I'll give you all a moment to submit your responses in the poll. It's looking like the majority of you have not yet tried the Loom recording feature. And that's great because we actually have a demo video up next. So this will probably be beneficial to most of you and even answer some of the questions that you're wondering about.
Hello all, my name is Mike Maietta and I'm the engineering manager for our collaboration platform team. I'd like to intro and preview one of our newest features in Messages, Loom Record and Integrated Player. Loom provides a new method of asynchronous communication on the Upwork platform. It allows you to easily produce great demo videos of your work, complete with narration. It's equally ideal for smaller tasks as well, like requesting clarification on some visual designs, evaluating text copy for projects, or simply walking through a product or, let's say, bug that you're running into. This video was actually recorded using Loom to demo the Loom integration in Messages. Using Loom can provide you the benefits of a video call without the need to synchronize work hours across time zones. It goes beyond what conventional screenshots and captions can provide. To use Loom in Messages, it's as simple as clicking the Record with Loom button and accepting the mic and/or camera permissions. After this, you'll be enabled to record either just your camera, your screen, or both. You're also enabled to change the selection of the camera and microphone, but I will just proceed with my default selection. In the advanced section, you'll see an entry for a recording countdown. That's just simply the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 that displays before beginning a recording to let you know, now let's continue forward and click start recording. We'll receive a pop-up that requests you to select what screen or application you'd like to share. It could be entire screen, your window, or a specific Chrome tab. I'm going to select screen 1 to display everything. Hi, Trevor. Thanks for making the new updates to the code for Electron Builder. I was testing out locally, and for a particular configuration, it was unable to run. Can you please take a look? I run Yarn Electron Builder, and it spits out this weird error, something about snap config. I was wondering, could you please take a look at that and see, what's going on? All the other configurations that we have as samples worked perfectly fine. It was just this one that was throwing an error. Thanks for the quick turnaround and hope things are well. Cheers. Now we hit finish recording and everything is set and good to go. When done, click the stop button in the Loom bubble that generally defaults to the bottom left corner of the screen. You'll see a new pop-up in Messages that allows you to preview your video and has a few action items that you could do as well. Amongst those are restart to go back to the beginning of the process, delete to reset everything, copy the link directly, or in this case, we'll just move forward with insert recording. You'll notice that it automatically appears in the messages box. And the moment that I hit send, it will send the message and unfurl it directly in Messages. You can also find the watch a few action buttons, such as viewing comments, sharing it on in other directions via link, or going to the Loom website. On the Loom website, you get access to additional features when signed in. You can add call to actions. You could trim the video or even edit the preferences on it. It is super handy. And the best part about this is as Loom releases new features, they will automatically become available through their dashboard. The base access to Loom is completely free. However, additional functionality like trimming and deleting videos are only for registered Loom users. This is a requirement that is set by Loom. To make things as seamless as possible, though, you can sign in or sign up for Loom directly through our Record with Loom in Messages. That's it, folks. Thanks for your time today. I hope you enjoyed this new feature and discover the great value that asynchronous communication can provide for your collaboration. Cheers, all.
Awesome. Thanks for creating that demonstration, Mike. I really like how you walked through an example of a client using Loom to send as a video follow-up to the freelancer in order to gain clarity about the work. I think that's a perfect example of how it could be used. So now, since the launch of this feature back in mid-October, we've received some frequently asked questions that we want to address first, and then we'll dive into some of the questions that you all are asking live in today's event. And if you've just joined, a reminder, we're using Slido today for questions. So up in the right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see a number. If you go to slido.com and put in that number, 111616, you can submit your questions. All right, so Mike, some users don't want their face or other personal information to be on the internet unsecured. So a lot of people are wondering, are Loom videos kept safe?
Loom goes through great lengths to keep their users' videos and by extension their users quite safe. You can actually learn more about this when you read their article on security, which is also available through the link there.
Awesome, thanks. And just so everybody sees, that link is on the screen, bit.ly/loom-security. So if you are interested in visiting that to learn more about Loom's specific guidelines, you can. And another question that the Upwork community has been asking is about who has access to the recorded videos. So some users want to know, can Upwork or Loom access the videos that I record?
So no, you are actually the only person that can access your videos until you explicitly share the link with someone else via messages or other messaging means. Neither Upwork, Loom, nor anybody that works at either company will be able to view your video without that video URL being shared first.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for clarifying that. The final FAQ that I have, I think we should address before diving into some of the live questions, is regarding having a Loom account. So can you review this one more time for us, Mike? You don't need a Loom account to use this feature, correct?
Correct. A Loom account is not required to create or share Loom recordings within Messages. A Loom account is required, however, in order for you to edit Loom recordings and as well as delete them. These are also mentioned earlier, and there will be a 5-minute video limit, or sorry, 5 video limit if you do not create a free account.
Okay, gotcha. So if someone wants like more access to more of those features, or to make, multiple videos past 5, then they'd probably want to sign up for a Loom account, which I'll let you speak to that, Mike, on this side here.
So through our integration itself, one can actually easily sign up for a Loom account directly through the pop-up modal that is displayed when you hit record with Loom. You can easily use your Google, Slack, Apple, or Outlook account for a quick sign-up flow. Please note, though, that these logins are completely separate from logging in to Upwork and are not linked in any manner.
Awesome. Thank you for walking through that. Katrina, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to you now to maybe bring up some of the common questions that we're seeing come through in Slido.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much, Hailey. All right, so we have quite a few, lots of upvotes coming in too. So 9 upvotes from this one from Ray. Is there a way to test it out before sending an actual message to a client?
Absolutely. So you can actually record these videos, and through the preview itself, it allows you to re-review any of the content, as well as be able to access that video through Loom's dashboard, where you will also be able to trim things and provide additional edits to it, provided you're using a registered Loom account. And let's say you choose not to send this to it. If you're within the preview, you can hit the delete button and it restarts the recording from the beginning so that you can, redisplay whatever you're looking for, or you can delete it through Loom's dashboard as well. This can all happen before you even try to send it or are presented with the link that you would send to your the other person you're working with.
Perfect. Thank you. I think that's going to answer a few other questions I saw popping in here too. This one's a 2-part. Can you attach the Loom video to a job description? It's the first part of the question.
At the end of the day, it is a Loom link is a Loom link. So wherever you share it, it does become publicly accessible. You're welcome to add it to a job description. Just please note that then anyone reviewing the job will also be able to view it. And at the same time, you are able to share, because it's a link, you can share that video continually across many users or many messages, many conversations, and even share it outside of Upwork itself.
Perfect. That answered the second part, was if you could share it send it to multiple job applicants over and over if you have the same explanation to repeat. So it sounds like, yes, you can. Great. Let's see. A compliment that they really like how Upwork's introducing tools to help us be more efficient, Zoom, Loom, and they assume that there will be more. Which ones? I just said stay tuned in the chat. What about security of the videos? I know you mentioned that earlier, but it looks like this one has 5 upvotes in case you want to address that again.
Absolutely. So from a security standpoint, this is all managed via Loom. They've gone through great lengths and are also restricted in terms of other security practices that are available around the globe, such as GDPR. These are all things that they have to abide by as well. You can find more information about that in their security policies as well as their term of service.
This one is asking, is it 5 Loom videos per thread or per Upwork account?
Per guest account. After you log in and register as a Loom user, they do have various tiers of how many videos you can record, as well as the durations that go with them and the feature sets that are available to that account tier. These account tiers are not related to Upwork in any way. They're completely managed and processed by Loom.
Great. Would you, yep, here we go. Would you recommend using Loom for making proposals to clients?
I believe that would actually be personal preference. One of the things that I have really loved about Loom is the way that it allows asynchronous communication, but at the same time, it allows me to easily narrate and communicate much better than what I would have via a conventional screenshot, and providing a caption for it or some description, maybe even annotating with an arrow on the screenshot. These are all things that I can easily achieve via Loom itself, and either using the mouse pointer or using annotation call to actions that a registered user a registered Loom user would be able to access. I find that wherever you're trying to share this information, whether it be received immediately or the user review it later, I find it to be a much more effective manner of communication.
Thank you. Yeah, I tend to use Loom a lot actually at work myself. I find that it's a lot easier to explain things than to just type it out constantly. Somebody says that they don't see it in the Upwork desktop app right now. Has this been rolled out?
So yes, the feature has been rolled out to all users. However, it is not available within the Upwork desktop app. Part of the reason for that is because the Upwork desktop app doesn't give that same permission for your whole desktop to Loom itself. That security, or rather accessibility, is specifically restricted just to the Upwork desktop app itself.
Is there a length limit for Loom videos?
That depends again also on the tier of your account that you have with Loom. Guest accounts are limited to 5-minute videos via Upwork, as well as I believe free tier also has a certain limit to the amount of videos that you can actually upload. That again is determined based off of Loom's account creation as well as terms of service. That's purely determined from that side.
Awesome. 5 upvotes for this one. Can we use a different video service attached as a file, or are we required to use Loom if we want to send videos on Upwork?
That's a great question. Loom is purely optional for you to use. We've added it as a way for you to improve the way that you can communicate. We have Zoom for handling live communication, but that allows you to align regarding time zones. And so that was something that we introduced Meeting Scheduler for. We have the basis of exchanging messages through text. And now you actually have the ability to share these, basically a middle ground between what you would have through a live conversation and through text within just Loom. If you would like to use a separate service, that's completely fine as well.
Great. You may have answered this with the desktop app, but can Loom be used from a mobile phone? So like if they go on their phone and go to upwork.com, could they use Loom?
No, that's due to restrictions both on the mobile side as well as the feature set that's currently provided by Loom itself. That might be something that they're looking to implement in the future. However, that's their completely own roadmap and the decision of their company. I can't speak to what their plans are there. But to answer the question directly, no, it's not available on mobile.
Is the Loom integration only for video recording, or can you also copy parts of the screen as a picture?
I believe it's only for videos. Theoretically, you could take a screenshot, but that's not going to be something that is just uploaded as part of the video. On their desktop, you should be able to edit the thumbnail of what is presented of the video. So effectively a screenshot from the video itself, but the Loom integration cannot, or rather is not built to take screenshots. It's made for live video recording for asynchronous communication.
That makes sense. Do you know how long will the videos be hosted for on Loom?
Until you delete it.
Perfect.
It's once it's attached to your account, you can do whatever you want with it. It's not controlled by Upwork in any manner.
Then we have 3 upvotes for this one. I don't have the record Loom video button yet. Would that be because they're probably looking for it on mobile?
If they're on mobile or the Upwork desktop app, it will not be displayed there. We've intentionally, it's intentionally not been supported there. That was due to restrictions on the Loom side.
Let's see. Is there a tutorial available to send to a client so they understand how it works?
One of the best things that I've really enjoyed about Loom is regarding how they actually leverage Loom on their own blog, as well as in tutorial videos, whether that be from a user standpoint. I know that they have a demo video on how to do a product presentation using Loom, which is interesting because they use Loom to do a product presentation of Loom. And I've also seen them use Loom as well for explaining developer documentation and anything along those lines, even just conversation with them through email. So there are tutorials available. I would recommend going to their website or blog where you'll be able to find a lot more information on how to leverage them.
And I'll also add to that as well, this event today is being recorded. So if you wanted to share the link with someone that you're working with so that they understand how to use Loom and they get the context of all of these questions and the demo that Mike created, that will be available on the Upwork website from the events page where you registered for today.
Okay, let's see. So many coming through. Can this feature be used to create a short video description of my freelance offering? Can this video then be uploaded under the video introduction field?
I see no reason not to. At the end of the day, that's another way to communicate your cover letter at the end of the day. One of the features that Loom does provide is the ability to download the video when you access it via their dashboard. So at that moment, once you have access to the file itself, you can share in any manner you would like as well.
Awesome. What makes Loom better than Zoom?
The advantage there is, I would say, twofold. One, Zoom requires both people to be online and in the same call at the same time. So that can present either problems just from a time zone perspective or just because your calendar may just be quite busy. Loom provides that opportunity where you can communicate in a verbal manner while still allowing the other user or individual to view it once, view it twice, view it as many times as they would like. But it's the same, similar as a recording through Zoom, except for the fact that you can prepare as well as edit the content before setting it to another individual.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think looking at the time here, I'm gonna have to pass it back over to Hailey.
Perfect. Thanks, Katrina. Yeah, we just want to close out and share some more information with you guys before we reach the end of the session. So we really appreciate all the questions and your participation today. Unfortunately, we're approaching the end of time, and as promised, we want to give you a sneak peek at what's next. And I also want to remind you all that you can continue this conversation in the community. We do have a thread that is created about the Loom integration feature. The link is on the screen here, or you can scan the QR code, bit.ly/community-loom. And we have our community team available and ready to answer questions or loop in experts like Mike when necessary so that we can get you guys the answers. However, if you are having issues with the functionality of the new feature, we would ask that you direct those concerns to our customer support team. And you can find help articles there. You can also get in touch with the support team if you need to. So that's support.upwork.com. And there's a link in the bottom right-hand corner of this slide that takes you specifically to a help article about the Loom integration. So again, for whoever asked about sharing this information with clients, or if you're a client trying to share this information with a freelancer, this article could be good to educate each other and help each other out so that you can use this new feature. All right, let's take a look at what's coming next. So our next event will be about a really exciting new feature that will enable you to communicate with other freelancers on the platform. And a beta version of it will be launching in mid-December to a small group of users at first, but it will eventually be rolled out for everyone to use. So our next event will be more of a sneak peek than something that already exists for everyone to use. So on Wednesday, December 15th, again at 9 a.m. Pacific, we'll be hearing from the product manager that is developing this new feature. And just a reminder, when you're using Upwork, anytime you see the little blue icon that says new, that indicates that it's been a recent feature update. So you can kind of keep an eye out for that. And you can also bookmark the Upwork events page, upwork.com/community/events, so that you can stay on top of these upcoming events and register for them. But that's all that we have to share with you guys today. We would love to ask you to share your thoughts with us. Since this product event series is newer, we're trying to gather as much feedback as possible so that we can continue to fine-tune these events. So if you have a moment to complete our super short survey, we'd really appreciate it. You can scan the QR code on the screen here or visit the shortened bit.ly link, bit.ly/Zoom, Zoom. I'm mixing with the Loom, Loom event-feedback. And we would really love to hear what you guys have to say about this event and how we can improve it moving forward. But other than that, we really appreciate your attendance today. We hope that everybody learned something new and can start using this feature after the event. We look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thanks, everyone.